Hey you guys, as always, I'm jumping straight into the video. For this recipe, of course you will need cassia powder. It is very similar to henna, except it doesn't deposit a dye on dark hair, but it will turn gray hairs golden. It is a natural conditioner. It helps to relieve issues like dry scalp and dandruff. And it also claims to add shine, definition, and volume. You will also need your favorite moisturizing deep conditioner. Make sure that this deep conditioner also provides you with a lot of slip because you are going to need it for this. Next up is grapeseed oil, which contains high amounts of vitamin E. It easily penetrates the hair shaft to soften and strengthen. I'll also be using Jamaican black castor oil, which is one of my favorite oils, as most of you guys already know. It is packed with fatty acids, vitamins, and nutrients that encourage hair growth and length retention. And last but not least, aloe vera juice. This is also a natural conditioner and humectant. It hydrates, promotes softness, and reduces dandruff. You will also need a container with a lid to store your mixture in and a spoon. I'm using 4 scoops of my deep conditioner. You can use more or less depending on your length and thickness. This recipe is a 2-to-1 ratio, so for every 2 scoops of deep conditioner, you want to add 1 scoop of the cassia powder. I used 4 scoops of deep conditioner, so I'm adding 2 scoops of the cassia powder. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil and 1 tablespoon of Jamaican black castor oil. I'm starting off by adding 1 tablespoon of aloe vera juice, but I'm going to add more little by little until I reach my desired consistency. In these next few clips, I figured you guys could use a little more light to see the exact consistency I was going for, so here is what my mixture is looking like so far. Once you're all done mixing, cover it and let it sit for at least 30 minutes. I prefer to let mine sit out overnight. So this is the next day and my hair has been freshly washed. The mixture got a little dry and clumpy overnight, so I had to add a little water to it, and this is what it looks like now. The smell isn't bad or overpowering, it just kind of smells like tea. As soon as I began applying this, I could tell that I was going to have to put in a little work to get this to spread throughout all of my hair. Where you apply the product is where it immediately wants to stick, which is good for deep conditioning purposes, but not so much for detangling. But because I used a deep conditioner that provides me with a ton of slip, I was still able to get the job done. One thing I noticed about this mixture is that it really defines and elongates my coils, which doesn't happen often for me. So after each section is thoroughly detangled and coated, I twist it up and move on to the next one. In some sections, my hair did begin to dry out just a little bit, so I am keeping my hair saturated with warm water just to make this process much easier. I am still thoroughly detangling and making sure that each strand is coated. If your hair is not as dense as mine, you probably won't have as much trouble doing this, but this is just the life I live. Once the mixture is all applied, cover and let it sit for 1 to 4 hours. I meant to only leave mine in for 4 hours, but I got a little distracted, and around the 5-hour mark, my scalp began to itch a little bit. Nothing major, but I did go ahead and rinse it out after that, so yeah, I would definitely recommend sticking to the 4-hour mark. This is my hair after rinsing out the gloss. It is noticeably softer and shinier, and it really feels stronger. My hair really feels strengthened by the gloss, but not in a bad way. It doesn't feel hard or brittle, it just feels thicker and more durable, if that makes sense. Overall, I am really happy and impressed with my results. I will definitely be incorporating this mixture into my wash days every wash day. As you can see, it rinsed totally clean with no leftover product buildup or residue, so that is always a great thing. From here, you can go straight to styling, but I like to soak up some of that excess water before I move on to that step. I really hope you guys enjoyed this easy DIY tutorial. If you try it out, please let me know how it worked for you. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.